Hey guys, this is Coach Freddie. I am a swim coach that works with candidates that are headed into any type of military or law enforcement career track that involves a difficult swim or water component. On this episode, we're going to be taking a look at fin swimming. Now, we're doing something called periodization, where you take a portion of your training calendar and you use it to create a deeper focus on one or more elements. This is commonly done. It's done all the time with strength training, where your training will take a more strength focus. Typically, you're going to do something like that in the winter when it's very difficult to run outside. But we're taking a look at fins. Now, is this for everybody? No, of course not. When do you want to get into fin swimming? Well, when you're swimming a competitive time on your CSS 500-yard screen test, and by a competitive time, I mean you're underneath the 8:30 mark, or you have no time left before you are going to ship. If you haven't learned the egg beater kick, perhaps fin swimming isn't the next thing you should get into. It's much more important to get your egg beater kick down. We have a separate tutorial on that. So we'll take a look at fin swimming. We're going to first look at some swimmers that are actually swimming and point out some of the good, the bad, and the ugly. This swimmer, when swimming slick, is a pretty fast swimmer. He's down. Both of these guys here are down into the 7s. You wouldn't know it based on that ugly-looking turn. But what the fins are doing here is they're giving you the capability to use larger muscles. So most of the work is done with the legs. See how he's still hitting a good streamline at the top of every stroke? There's another swimmer coming in. He's got a very good, very relaxed fin technique. See how he stays long? Watch this here. After he finishes that first pull, all right, he's going to leave this arm out there for a Mississippi or so. He's not in a hurry to pull his arms. Sometimes life interferes. And remember, the longer you are in the water, the faster you're going to go. So that's why he's doing this. He's getting a little bit of a one-arm glide there, being propelled by the fins. Why collapse that lead arm in a hurry and deliver all the drag to your head and your shoulders? You want to spend as little time in the water short as possible. So we're big on hitting that streamline and using it, as well as leaving that lead arm out there just a little longer. I see something going on here I want to point out. I'm going to go down to slow motion. Watch his legs here. See how the kicks kind of slow down when he does his arm pulls? You want to keep a constant rhythm with your kicks. Okay. Now we're going to go into turning with fins. It's a mistake to try to take both of your feet with fins on and plant them against the side of the pool and swim off. Well, I won't say it's a mistake, but it's not the fastest and most efficient way. Because when you push off of the wall, your fins are going to be flat against the wall, which means all that energy you're driving and producing with your legs is going to get braked by the fin. The fin is going to have a braking effect on your push off. So you're going to push off hard, you're going to waste the energy, and the fins are just going to bring you to a grinding halt. We use a technique called the bottom leg stomp here that we came up with through a lot of experimentation and using the clock to figure out which way was actually fastest and best. So we'll go over it here. I'm going to turn slow motion. Well, we'll look at it natively first. what it looks like. We have two examples of this. See, he's going to take his bottom leg and put it on the wall, and the other leg does not go against the wall. He uses that leg to stomp and also to help spin himself around. Boom. He's got a little push right there. There you go. So this leg is not going against the wall. That one, the top one here, definitely is. So watch what happens with this bottom leg here. And you can see that using this technique, it's almost as fast as a good slick turn. Okay, here you're going to get a top and bottom view. Excuse the sloppy streamline. This was at the end of the workout after about 4 hours, and we were all pretty beat. See that bottom leg with the stomp there? Here's surface, what it looks like. All right, that's not exactly a slow turn. Dragging the fins through the water is really what makes a fin turn so much harder. Bottom leg stays off the wall. Here you go again. Bottom leg stays off the wall. Making sense? Good. Now let's take a look at improving the slick turn. Many times I get asked to critique videos, and regardless of how good the stroke is, I see somebody turning like this. All right, what good is it going to do if you're swimming fast and only to get to the wall and give all the time back because you're not doing a correct turn? You're turning and putting shoulders into the water flat and addressing the far wall. If you ever see the far wall, it's a bad turn. Yeah, this isn't the worst I've seen, but it was pretty bad. This is a newer swimmer. He's still working on attaining a competitive time. So, as a for instance, what I just talked about, when to start working with fins, he did not work with fins during this workout. He swam slick and worked on the things that he needed to focus on. Okay, after probably 20 minutes of detailed instruction, this is what we look like now. Not the best in the world, but for 20 minutes of instruction and 1 day of improvement, this gets my my vote for most improved. Well, the brick and the fins means it's the end of our time. So work on this. Put some mindful practice into how you're doing your turns with fins, and with your fin swimming as well, that you're making sure to stay long in the water, hit a good streamline, and leave that lead arm out there a little bit longer. And your fin times are going to improve, and your fin swims are going to get a whole lot easier. Coach Freddie out. Take care and have a great day.